Dr. Chitalkar, then over
Yeah,
to you for
I'll
any
take over
comments
because
and
we
go
are running
moving forward.
behind time. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for wonderful stewardship of this session, and we'll continue to take inspiration from all these findings and these progress that has been made. So, it's my great pleasure in introducing the next speaker, who's a keynote speaker, and is none other than Dr. Shripad Banawali, who in one way requires no introduction, but since there are many young physicians and oncologists in this field, I'd like to say he's the director of academics in Tata Memorial Center today. But primarily, is a pediatric oncologist, and he until recently was a professor of medical. He still is the professor and head department of medical oncology in Tata Memorial Hospital, and he has actually straddled both ends of it. What I've always dreamed, and I was fortunate because of the armed forces to do practice both the sides of the practice. So Shripad Banawali is done similarly in a different way and far more eminently, of course. So his topic is cancer in TI is really different. It's provocative, and I'm sure he only suggested that this is how he perhaps he has got his his concepts, and I'm sure he'll elaborate those concepts in this. So over to you, Dr. Banawali.
Thank you, Dr. Chitalkar, and thank you for the invitation to give this talk. Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, this topic is a little close to my heart because I always say, one side you have children, one side you have adults. And like we say in pediatrics, children are not small adults. The same way here, the adolescents are not big children. So they are a different group and definitely require different way to look at. And now it is more and more getting clear that the biology may be different also. So this is, as we know, and I think this must have already been discussed multiple times. But basically, the type of cancers in this group is slightly different than that in pediatrics and in adults because they have an infusion of cancers which are common in children, like your leukemias, and cancers which are common in adults, like breast cancers and colorectal cancer. So this is a mixture of both. And as you can see, maybe I'll try to see if I can. Yeah, this is better. So basically, like, you see that the cancers which like breast cancer, lymphoma, melanoma. So these are, various cancers which are common in this age group. And there are some cancers which are basically doing poorer than what we see in the adults. And some of the cancers even peak in this age group, like your bone sarcomas and testicular cancers and Hodgkin lymphoma. So this is a bag of various type of cancers that we see both in adults and pediatrics. Very importantly, we have seen that the AY patients with cancer have not attained the same improvements in overall survival as in younger children or in older adults. And maybe this is because they fall through the gap, they neither come in the pediatric group and now come in the adult. So far, there's some way that if we can focus on this group, I think it may do better. So the current understanding of the unique biological and genomic characteristics of AY cancers is still evolving, and the progress in various molecular techniques have suggested that the AY tumors are also biologically different from childhood and late adult tumors. Very importantly, you have to see here that, in this group of cancers, you see like breast cancer, colorectal, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, leukemias, the AY group actually does poorer than basically either the adult group or the pediatric group. So definitely they do poorer than that. And in some cancers, like in this group, like the Hodgkin's and other ALL and others, they do much poorer than the pediatric age group. So definitely there's a lot of room for improvement in this group of patients. If you start with cancers which are common in adults as compared to children, like the colorectal cancer, here you can clearly see that the outcome of patients, AY patients with colorectal cancer is poorer than that in the adults. And normally, as we know, many of the cancers in children do much better than that in adults, but this definitely there are these cancers which are adult cancers, but they do poorer in this age group. And this is because the biology may be different. For example, many AY colorectal cancer patients have poorer process and exhibit more aggressive disease phenotype than the CRC in older adults. The younger patients with CRC tend to display a number of distinct characteristics, including poor differentiation rate, the lymphovascular invasion, mucinous histology, signet cell ring cells, less p53 overexpression, and more advanced tumor stage at diagnosis. So many of these characteristics put in this patient into a poorer prognostic group. 62% patients displayed mucinous histology compared to only 11 to 13% of CRC diagnosed in adults. And as we know, mucinous actually group has a much poorer prognosis than the other adenocarcinomas. So the studies have demonstrated significant differences in the mutational profile of several genes between the AY and adult CRC, including the greater mutational frequency of DNA repair pathway genes. Now, this, I don't know if this is at present, this is a poor prognosis, but this can be used to our advantage by incorporating drugs which work in this pathway and maybe try to improve the outcomes. The same way is that this group of AY CRC has higher rate of MSI or the microsatellite instability. Now, again, this was a bad prognostic factor at that time, but maybe now, since there are checkpoint inhibitors who do very well in this age group, we can change this over the years. So understanding the biology will be very important to see how we can improve the outcome in this group of patients. The 5-year survival rates, these are all old figures now, up till now. So, this may change in the future, but at present, the 5-year survival rates are poorer in AY CRC patients, 40% compared with 60% for adults. And the 10-year survival rates even show much more disparity, that is 31% for AY compared to 54% for adults. So definitely, like I told, there is a lot of room for improvement, and that is why I think we have to focus on this as a group. The other adult cancer which is common in this group is the breast cancer. And again, as you can see here, the outcome of AYs with breast cancer is much poorer than that in the adult group. So definitely this, again, this pattern is independent of stage and extent of disease at diagnosis and the histological type. So this is very important to know. For age at onset is an independent factor for breast cancer risk, and cumulative evidence has suggested that AY breast cancer exhibits differences in the type, grade, aggressiveness in comparison to the disease in older women. And as you can see here, the AY group has the highest percentage of triple negative breast cancer and HER2 as compared to the hormonal breast cancer in this age group. So definitely there is a difference in the types that we see. And as you can see here, all, whether it is stage 1, 2, stage 3 or 4, you can see the outcome of patients in this AY age group is much poorer than that in the adults. Same way for this, and as well as stage 4. So definitely all throughout, these patients do poorer than that in the adults. So young women with breast cancer are more likely to have larger, less hormone sensitive tumors of higher grade with more frequent spread to lymph nodes and greater number of involved nodes than older women. Young women have the highest incidence of triple negative tumors, as discussed before. And breast cancer diagnosed before the age 30 have this BRCA1, BRCA2 and TP53 mutation, which are found in nearly half of the women with strong family histories of breast cancer. So overall, the biology is more aggressive than that in the older age group patients. So basically, very importantly, few young women with breast cancer who did not differ in estrogen and progesterone receptor status by IHC, the following differences were found in this younger group. That is, half of these patients were less than 40. There is a larger tumor size. They had the greater number of lymph node positivity, lower quantitative estrogen receptor expression, greater dysregulation of PI3K and other pathways involving the MYC oncogene. So overall, they had high bad tumor biology. And among the young women, deregulation of the PI3K and beta-catenin pathways were associated with worse outcome than those with deregulation of the oncogene MYC and SRC. So definitely, they have bad biology, and all this clearly shows that there is a different biological type of breast cancer in the women younger than 45 with different oncogenic pathway deregulation and chemosensitivities. So this is a different group of patients. Coming to cancers which are common in children and what happens to them in the AY group, as you can see, very importantly, the number of the patients, the incidence of AY patients developing ALL or LBL, lymphoblastic lymphoma, is slowly increasing. And you can see from 1975 to 2015, there is a slowly but steady increase in the number of patients that we see, the incidence of ALL in this group of patients, and the prognosis definitely, as we know, declines significantly with age across the AY range. Between 10 and 30 years of age, the 5-year survival plummet from 85% to less than 35. There's a sharp decrease in survival between 10 and 20 years of age among patients treated with the same or similar pediatric regimens, which Dr. Amita Mahajan just showed. And this may be because of biologically distinct kind of ALL in AYs. Some of it has improved because of the way we are treating with pediatric protocol. But still, if you see biologically compared to children, AYs with ALL are more likely to have adverse biological characteristics. They have L2 morphology, the pro-T cell phenotype is higher, more BCR-ABL positives, more BCR-ABL genotype, which Ph positive like patients, which is quite increased in this age group. The TEL-AML blast, which is a good risk or standard risk ALL, what we call in young children, is only 10% in this group. And the Hox positive subtype is more common in AYs than in younger and older patients, and is associated, as we know, worse prognosis in TALL. The P57 encoded CDNK1C and the P15 growth regulating kinase genes and TP73 tumor suppressor genes are more methylated in ALL as compared to adults. So, currently the most important subtype in AIs is the PH-like ALL because it has incidence peak in AYs and is effectively treated with various TKIs such as imatinib or dasatinib in the same agents used for PH-positive ALL. And as we know, the identification of these patients at diagnosis will provide an opportunity to incorporate this tyrosine kinase inhibitor treatment to the current chemotherapeutic regimens, hopefully leading to significant improvements in survival of AY patients. Then, the most studied and very beautifully studied differences in biology in this age group is that for AML. And as you can see, the collaborative Children's Oncology Group and NCI project with an aim of comprehensively characterizing the mutational, transcriptional, and epigenetic landscapes of large, well-annotated cohort of AML has given us really good insights in this group of patients. So you can see here, if you see, basically the AY and the adult, definitely there is difference in the genes that are involved. And it can be seen beautifully here that the landscape of the genes involved in infants versus children versus AYs and adults is entirely different. And as you can see here, there is a different landscape of genes involved in this age group. And we have to, see how we can exploit this for improving the treatment of even AML patients in this age group. So this is the same, the AY and the adult group that is there. And lastly, actually sarcomas, which we know is again more common in the adolescent age group. And as you can see here, this disease peaks in this age group. And you can see here this osteosarcoma of bone and Ewing sarcoma of bone, which is much high in this age group of patients. And basically, whereas the OGS can appear to arise in the soft tissue in the older adult population, it rarely, if ever, does in AYs. And in young adolescents, the incidence of OGS is similar in boys and girls, whereas in older AYs, the males have distinctly higher incidence. And all these factors suggest that there is a different biology of OGS in this group, as you can see even in this study, which studied the gain of 1Q and loss of 16Q, and it was found to be different. Very importantly, as we know, even the microenvironment of these tumors are different. And as we know, microenvironment plays a differential, important role in the differential responses to therapy. So maybe this is another reason why these patients do poorly, because these are really a very dense microenvironment compared to adults or children. And there are even pharmacological differences in this group, in the sense that the drugs are basically treated differently. The pharmacological variation leading to altered clearance of drugs and all other factors that may change the way the drugs are cleared of the system, and maybe this group of patients require higher dose of chemotherapy as compared to children or adults, and this may be exploited because most of these patients tolerate chemotherapy well. There is also increased incidence of obesity in this AY patient, especially in the West, as compared to younger patients, and this is also associated, as we know, with poor outcomes in both ALL and AML, and even breast cancer and other cancers, as we know. And in ALL therapy, AY patients experience more peripheral neuropathy, as we know, glucose intolerance, LS pernase intolerance, pancreatitis, osteonecrosis. So this group of patients have different or more toxicities to drugs as compared to children. Again, there is an urgent need of better understanding of AY tumors, which are clearly different from childhood and adult tumors in terms of biology and survival. And with the help of newer molecular techniques, we should better define the tumorigenesis and subsequent utilization of new therapies in this group. So is cancer in TYs really biologically different than either the children or the young adults? And I think the answer is definitely yes, but there's still a lot of work to be done in this group. To summarize, actually, there's paucity of molecular characterization of data comparing AY children with the adult counterparts. Certainly, in some cases, we know tumors in AY population display clinical differences, being more aggressive and more refractory to various forms of treatment than the adult form of the same cancer. There is a need for basic biological, genomic, and model development for these cancers, as well as transitional research studies to elucidate any differences between pediatric, AY, and adult cancer. And if we are able to elucidate such differences, we can then begin to utilize this information to develop novel therapies for treating AY cancers and companion diagnostics to accompany this treatment. As we know, among all these factors which actually affect the treatment outcome, the most important is the appropriate treatment. And if we can diagnose or the molecular characteristic or the biological differences exactly, maybe we can change the drugs that we use and change the way we treat these patients, and maybe that will help improve the outcome. I really am thankful to Dr. Amit Joshi for helping me in this presentation, and he, along with Dr. Nandini, runs our AY clinic, which at present we have started once a week, but slowly we have to improve that and increase the number of days because the numbers are slowly increasing in this group of patients. So thank you very much, and thank you again, Dr. Chitalkar, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Banawadi. I think you really put it in a masterly fashion. And although the theme is the theme of the meeting, but I thought your presentation was really key to understanding the whole concept of the biology. And I think you, in your masterly way, you put it beautifully. So in the interest of time, I will thank you, and I think we'll not permit questions. And I'll hand over to the organizer for the next session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.